money for CDF, money for the equalization fund. When you go to Wajir, to Mandera, to Garissa, to Isiolo, to Marsabit, there's nothing on the ground. If you come here to the mountain region, you will see money meant for CDF. There are all manner of schools. All schools have tiles. Schools have cabro. They have modern buildings. If you go here to Kajiado North, the money for CDF is visible in the rest of the country. But there's nothing in northern Kenya. Zero. All these leaders are just here in Nairobi. But there's no accountability because they don't even allow audit to take place. They feign insecurity so that audit has to go into northern Kenya. If you look at the money that has been given to the governor since 2013, there are no hospitals, there are no dispensaries, there are no health centers, there are no ECDs, there are no roads, there's no water, there's nothing. Northern Kenya requires a special audit of all the funds that have been disbursed to those areas since that time. Number two, you have asked about IBC. We went to IBC and raised various issues. Of course, we did demand the removal of the CEO, and we are grateful that he has been removed. We call for a transparent and open recruitment of a CEO with no interference from the state. Further, we call upon the IBC to terminate the contracts for the mathematics system of conducting elections, the Venezuelan technology that was illegally extended by the outgoing CEO, Juan Marjan. He did it when there was no commission. It's an illegality, and that contract is illegal. And that contract should be terminated, and IBC should advertise and acquire modern and credible system for conducting our elections. Thank you. On? Yes. Most of these governors cannot complain of extortion. Why they are being is extorted, especially the ones from northern Kenya. They have stolen all the money meant for the people. So I gather the senators are reasoning that since they have stolen from the people, they need to steal from them. Of course, two wrongs don't make a right. Of course, the Senate and the National Assembly has been a theater of corruption. When I was being hounded out of office, the senators who hounded me out of office were given 10 million shillings each, and others 20 million. It's a den of corruption. And so is the National Assembly. And by extension, all public institutions. So this is something that we intend to correct when we form government. The United Opposition intends to deal with corruption head-on because it's the greatest challenge that we have as a country. We have a very, very serious challenge where we even have budgeted corruption and where corruption has been institutionalized and people don't find it anything wrong. Again, William Ruto has really encouraged people to practice corruption. He is bribing people in the loans of State House openly when everybody can see. He calls people and gives them bribes. So once the president has shown that bribery is a way of life, the senators have learned from him because he also started by bribing them. So when he is not available to bribe them, they have to be bribed by somebody else. And so bribery has become a normal way of life in this country, and it has been perfected by William Ruto. He is shamelessly, with his deputy, going around in the country with sacks of money stolen from institutions like Kenyatta National Hospital to bribe people for re-election. And therefore the senators, the MPs, the police, the administrators, everybody is learning from the best. William Ruto is the one who has perfected bribery as a way of life. And therefore everybody has learned from him. And that is the country now that we have. And that is why we are preparing for the next election to correct this situation by removing from office and bringing a government that is transparent and accountable. Yes?
Yes, there's Apollo TV 57. There's a petition in court to stop political meetings in State House. What's your reaction to that? Number two, number 4 is
Too many questions. Those are enough. One, we agree with that petition. State House has become a scene of crime. Instead of being a coveted institution where good policies are conceived and pronounced, it has become the center of corruption and bribery. It has also is no longer a national institution that looks after the people of Kenya. It is now the headquarters for UDA party and the election of William Ruto. William Ruto has abandoned government. He's not running the government anymore. He's just thinking about the election. So State House is a campaign scene, and again, a scene of corruption and bribery. We are committed to have one single presidential candidate to face William Ruto. We want to ask patience from the people of Kenya. Coalition building is a delicate affair, but the people of Kenya have been very clear to us that they want one candidate to face William Ruto, and we want to give them that commitment. On my part, I want to give that commitment. And when I listen to my sister Mother Karua and my other brothers in the alternative government, they are all committed that we shall have one single presidential candidate to face William Ruto. What I want to ask is patience, and there is no hurry. Mwai Kibaki, the third president of the Republic of Kenya, was named as the opposition flag bearer on the 14th of October 2022, when the election was on 27th December the same year. 2 months, 13 days apart. There's no hurry. We can take our sweet time. If you ask me, we should not be in a hurry. Anything from March, April next year is good enough.
the issue to Tima Church attack.
We told the IG Kaja that we shall go back on the 16th for a report. We want to hear from him. I have information William Ruto has said those people should not be taken to court because he will be indicted. And he will be shooting himself in the foot because they are actually policemen and politicians very close to him. The investigations have actually unearthed all the police officers who were on the scene and the politicians who hosted them and who planned the attack, but there will be a very serious cover-up. I have information that William Ruto has said that he would not allow the prosecution of those politicians and those policemen because his government will be right in the center of it. But let's cross the bridge when we get there. We'll go to see the IG on the 16th. He promised us that he'll give us progress report, and we told him we want arrest and prosecution by then. But let's cross the bridge when we get there. Last one. Yes. My friend, I'm here today talking about Northern Kenya. I'm a Kenyan leader. William Ruto has unsuccessfully tried to say I'm tribal because I come from the mountain and I spend a lot of time there because it's home. Even you people, when you go to work, in the evening you go back home because that's home. I'm a Kenyan leader and I'll be talking about Kenya. I'm today talking about Northern Kenya. Later tonight I have radio stations from the Ma community discussing issues in Narok, in Kajiado, and in Samburu. I want to say the 2010 Constitution dealt in a very big way with the issue of marginalization. My administration will work on accountability to make sure that funds, public funds, appropriated by the National Assembly and given to the counties and given to the MPs through the Constitutional Development Fund, those funds are spent prudently for the purposes for which they were appropriated. I don't think we have really a big problem about lack of funds. It's the issue of accountability, and more so the North. The people of Northern Kenya have borne the brunt of lack of accountability. And they have been taken for granted for too long. And that's why they're happy with me. And I can tell you, President William Ruto has the MPs and the governors in Northern Kenya and the senators. I have the people. The people are with me because I'm talking their language. And I've become a very serious defender of the people of Northern Kenya. And I want to give them a solemn promise and undertaking that in the next 1.5 years, I'll be their spokesman. I'll bring out all the issues that bedevil their region. I'll call out their leaders until they get justice. And after I'm elected president, I'll sort them out. I'll carry out a special